Today is Malema's last day to file appeal, and Madonsela says corruption is causing the poor to live undignified lives. I'm Lebo Changela with this news update. Today marks the deadline for embattled ANC Youth League leader Julius Malema to file written submissions in his appeal against his expulsion from the ruling party. The ANC's National Disciplinary Committee of Appeals set the deadline last week after Malema, League spokesperson Floyd Shivambu, and Secretary General Sindiso Magaqa acquired a new legal representative for the process. Yesterday, the same committee threw out Malema's appeal against his immediate temporary suspension on a separate disciplinary charge that relates to him calling President Jacob Zuma a dictator. Closing arguments in the Eugene Terablanche murder trial are expected to get underway this morning in the Circuit High Court in Ventersdorp, Northwest. Last week, the state and the defense closed their case following a marathon trial. Chris Mahlangu and a teenager, both farm workers, earlier pleaded not guilty to charges ranging from murder to aggravated robbery. The right-wing leader was found bludgeoned to death on his farm in April 2010. SABC senior court reporter Kenneth Klein has the details.
Last week, the state lost an application to rely on hearsay evidence against the teenage accused. This evidence is contained in a statement by Mahlangu, which implicates the teenager in the crime. Police admitted that other than this statement, there was no real or forensic evidence tying the teenager to the murder. The case was postponed to allow both sides to prepare closing arguments, which are to be presented this morning. Only the state called witnesses in the trial, the majority of whom were police officers. The defense opted not to call any witnesses, with both accused choosing not to testify in their trial. Closing arguments commenced this morning. Candice Klein, SABC News, Ventersdorp.
Public Protector Thuli Madonsela says corruption is causing the poor to live undignified lives. She was speaking at the University of Free State in Bloemfontein at a public lecture on academic freedom and corruption in the context of the Protection of State Information Bill. Madonsela says apartheid is often used as an excuse for poor service delivery.
For example, the fact that we still have mud schools, I refuse to believe that that is due to apartheid. Schools that don't have desks, that don't have books not delivered on time. So those things really have nothing to do with apartheid. They have something to do with how we plan. They have something to do with who we procure from and how do we procure from. And if we can close those things, it also has to do with our policies, How do we channel money? Are we looking at a rights approach that includes being globally competitive?
And Parliament's Police Portfolio Committee has questioned the moral integrity and conduct of some senior police officials. The SAPS has come under fire over the reinstatement of Head of Crime Intelligence Lieutenant General Richard Mdluli. He was reinstated last month after he'd been suspended on allegations of murder and fraud. Committee Chairperson Cindy Chikunga.
What is happening when the most senior people in SAPS are being alleged, suspected of being involved in criminal conduct such as this? Some of the issues that are in the media today and almost every weekend or Sunday were raised by this portfolio committee in the meeting in 2010.